Breaking news has sent shockwaves through the wrestling world. Triple H has just made a monumental announcement about Brock Lesnar's return to WWE, and it's already redefining what we thought SummerSlam would be. After months of silence and wild speculation, the Beast Incarnate is making his highly anticipated comeback, and everything is about to change. But the most intriguing question remains: where does Lesnar's allegiance lie? Ever since Brock Lesnar mysteriously vanished from the WWE scene, Paul Heyman has built a dominant new faction, stacking his empire with powerhouses like Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. Together, they've controlled the spotlight and intimidated the locker room, but now, the original force of destruction is returning. Lesnar's presence alone sends ripples of fear through the ranks, and no one is sure if he's coming back to reclaim his place beside Heyman or to tear his entire kingdom apart. As Triple H's entrance theme blasted through the arena and he stepped into the ring, the atmosphere became electric. The crowd held its breath as he made a simple but earth-shattering declaration: at SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar is coming back. That moment sent fans into a frenzy, but it also sparked immediate panic backstage. Paul Heyman, visibly shaken, stormed to the ring and whispered frantically to Triple H, whose only response was a sly smirk before he turned and walked away. The message was crystal clear: Heyman no longer holds the reins on the Beast. Backstage, the reaction from Seth Rollins' faction was telling. Bronson Reed's confident grin vanished, and Braun Breaker looked genuinely rattled. Everyone knew what Lesnar's return meant: total chaos. With SummerSlam looming, no superstar feels safe. Lesnar isn't just another returning veteran, he's a one-man wrecking crew whose motivations remain a mystery. Is he coming back to fight alongside his former allies, or is he seeking revenge for being cast aside? This seismic development puts Heyman's entire strategy at risk. If Lesnar turns on him, his empire could crumble overnight. And then there's Seth Rollins, the man who's tangled with Lesnar before but never secured a decisive, clean win over him. A rematch could mean destruction. Braun Breaker, heralded as WWE's future, may soon have to prove he can survive a confrontation with the very beast who once ruled the ring. There are also swirling rumors that Lesnar won't be returning alone. Speculation suggests a mysterious new ally might debut by his side, making the stakes even higher. And then there's the lurking presence of Roman Reigns. Could he shock the world and align with Brock to annihilate Heyman's faction once and for all? Lesnar's return is nothing short of a game-changer. The foundation of Heyman's power is trembling, Seth Rollins' reign is under threat, and SummerSlam has become the must-watch battleground of the year. Everyone wants to know who Lesnar will go after first. Is Paul Heyman the target of his fury, or does he have unfinished business with Rollins or Breaker? Could Roman Reigns add to the chaos? The only certainty is that Brock Lesnar is back, and when he arrives, nothing is safe. Expect bodies to fall, alliances to shatter, and the WWE Universe to be turned upside down. Keep your eyes glued to the screen and don't miss a moment, because the Beast is hungry, and the storm is just beginning. Breaking news has rocked the WWE Universe to its core. Triple H has just made an announcement so explosive, so unexpected, that it's left the entire wrestling world buzzing with speculation and anticipation. In what can only be described as a nuclear bombshell, he confirmed that Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, is officially returning to WWE, and he'll make his presence felt at none other than SummerSlam, one of the biggest events of the year. But this isn't just a typical return. It's a seismic shift that could alter the course of WWE history. Lesnar has been off the radar for months, disappearing from WWE programming without a trace, leaving fans and fellow superstars alike wondering where he went, why he left, and when, or if, he would come back. During his absence, Paul Heyman, Lesnar's longtime advocate and mastermind strategist, seized the opportunity to build something new. He didn't just fill the vacuum left by Lesnar's departure, he constructed an empire. That empire, centered around the cunning and ruthless Seth Rollins and powered by destructive forces like Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, has dominated the landscape. They've controlled titles, segments, and narratives, marching forward like an unstoppable machine. But that machine is now in serious danger. Because now the Beast is back. The announcement came during a highly anticipated episode of WWE programming. As Triple H's iconic music hit, the arena erupted. Fans knew something major was about to go down. When he stepped into the ring, the crowd grew silent, hanging onto his every word. And then, with a smirk that said he knew exactly what kind of chaos he was about to unleash, he made the statement that flipped the script. At SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar returns. The reaction was instantaneous. The roof nearly came off the building. Fans screamed, commentators were left stunned, and social media exploded. But just as the excitement reached a fever pitch, Paul Heyman bolted to the ring in an uncharacteristically panicked state. Gone was his usual calm, collected demeanor. He leaned into Triple H and whispered urgently, his face pale and his eyes wide. Triple H's only reply was another sly smirk before he turned his back and walked away, leaving Heyman standing in the ring with a look of pure dread. That moment spoke volumes. Heyman no longer has control over Brock Lesnar. The puppet master may have finally lost his most powerful weapon. Backstage, the response was equally intense. Cameras caught Seth Rollins and his faction watching the announcement unfold on a monitor. Bronson Reed, who usually walks with unshakable confidence, looked completely blindsided. Braun Breaker, the so-called next big thing of WWE, suddenly seemed unsure of himself. Even Rollins, a veteran who's been through countless wars, appeared visibly concerned. They all know exactly what Lesnar is capable of, and they understand that he's not returning for fun or nostalgia. He's returning for war. The big question now is, where does Lesnar's loyalty lie? Is he coming back to rejoin Paul Heyman and reclaim his place at the top of this new empire? Or has he returned to destroy the very foundation that Heyman built in his absence? The history between Lesnar and Heyman is long and complicated. While they've often worked together with unmatched synergy, it wouldn't be the first time Brock acted unpredictably or betrayed someone he once stood beside. If Lesnar has revenge on his mind, then Heyman's entire house of cards could collapse overnight. This development puts Seth Rollins in the direct line of fire. Rollins and Lesnar have a brutal history, including some of the most hard-hitting and controversial matches in recent WWE memory. While Rollins has scored technical victories, many fans argue that he has never truly beaten Brock Lesnar clean. Now, he may have to prove once and for all that he can stand toe-to-toe with the Beast and survive. Braun Breaker is also facing his biggest challenge yet. Touted as the future of WWE, he's been crushing competition left and right, but he's never faced a threat like Lesnar. This isn't just another opponent. This is Brock Lesnar, a former UFC champion and one of the most physically dominant superstars in WWE.